Good Morning Wilmington is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Good morning, Wilmington. Good morning, Wilmington. I say good morning, Wilmington. Wake up, y'all. Come on. Have a great day.
Good morning, Wilmington. What's going on? It's your main man, Big Ivan, talking to town, Mr. DETV, here with my lovely co-host,
Vincenza. And good morning, Wilmington, and good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Vin. How are you?
I'm wonderful. We start this day off right.
We start off quick.
I mean, we're over here just collecting our thoughts, and we're like, 3, 2, 1, action. We're like, okay.
Hey, we say be ready so you don't have to get ready?
Stay ready.
Stay ready.
So you don't have to get ready. That's right. And that's how we do it here at Good Morning Wilmington. How was your week? How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. Weekend was fabulous. It was just a woosah weekend. Sixers basketball game as always.
Okay.
Shout out to the Sixers for winning that. Scared the hell out of me. But it was great. It was a lot of things going on the weekend, and we'll get to that. But how was yours?
It was fun. So St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Oh, how was the bistro?
The bistro was semi-busy.
Okay.
Not many people go to an Italian restaurant on St. Patrick's weekend.
Well, for those drinks you guys got over there, they should.
They should. So it was half busy.
Okay.
Let's just say
Okay.
it was half busy. But I did not partake in all the festivities that were happening around town. But if you did, I hope you enjoyed it because the town
was green.
I mean, really, it was between last weekend, St. Patrick's Day Parade in the city of Wilmington, and then this weekend celebrating St. Patrick's weekend. I mean, I feel like it lasts all week long, but the city and the town and the state really embrace St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's wearing green, even if they're not Irish.
Right. I come from the south side of Ireland.
Okay.
And one thing, if you did miss the painting of the street, you could go back to DETV, and actually we'll put it in the comments below in a little bit. Our own Brandon Reed went out and actually filmed the mayor painting his last time painting the street green. So it's something that is a part of history and is a part of Delaware.
Very special. Mayor Bridget has been such an influential leader throughout the community. He really has made an impact. He really has, and for years. And we appreciate all the work that he has done. And it's sad to see him retire.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he will still have his presence.
Yeah.
I really do feel that even though he's retiring from being the mayor, because he's been such an influential individual throughout the community, I feel that his presence will still remain. I really do, because I feel that he will be that guidance, that almost like
standard bearer,
or like an advisory board, but he's the only one on the board. But I do feel that he will continue to leave not just a space, but I feel leave his mark.
Right. No, well, that's what he's done. He's done a lot in the communities, and one thing about what we call people like that is capeless superheroes.
That's right.
And we have a bunch of capeless superheroes in the building today.
Yes, we do.
And I'm super excited to have them. Who we got?
So I'm very excited to speak with our first author and guest, Chris Burkhard from The Placers, also talking about his book, Opposite the Crowd. Very, very intrigued to talk about the book. I think this is a read that I may enjoy. I really feel that I'll enjoy it because I was reading up on it a little bit, and I said, oh, this looks like a book that I would pick up and read. So I'm very excited we're very excited to talk to Chris.
I'm for any business book, to be honest with you. I mean, I am. And
I appreciate books that help you enhance your skills, help you grow and continue to learn. I'm always about learning, but I feel if like self-help books, there's nothing wrong with that. Business books, whatever it may be, to help enhance your skills and help you grow, maybe see a different perspective.
Yeah. And on the education platform, we have the chair. Miss Enid Wallace-Haley is in the building. Hey, Miss Enid. She'll be like, hello. She is a champion amongst beyond champions. And she fights for a lot of things that's going on here in Wilmington and beyond. So we're glad to have her here to talk about.
And along with Carlton Lampkins as well, the executive director.
He hired me for like one of my first video jobs, maybe about 12 years ago.
Yeah,
about 12 years ago. He hired me for one of my first video jobs. So shout out to Mr. Lampkins.
Believing in you since day one.
Day one.
That's a day one right
day
there.
One.
That's
Jesus.
a day one. We love that, and we're very excited to talk to both of them about communities on schools of Delaware. Very excited to talk to both of them.
Yeah, and who else we got? None. I'm super excited about this one.
Yes, me too. Yes,
Two
me
Bridgets.
Too. Two Bridgets. Bridget DiMaio and Bridget Callahan, along with Everett Lacy, to talk about Shine a Light on Stroke.
Yes, we need that. We need that.
I love the live audience
Yeah,
feel.
I do too.
Right. Feel free to clap and cheer. We love that around here at Good Morning Wilmington. But we have a great list of guests here to inspire, educate, and just really
show the greatness of Delaware and Wilmington.
Yes, thank you.
And humanity.
Greatness.
And speaking of, because I love when you segue, right? I love when you give the alley-oop for the segue, right? And speaking of alley-oops and cheer, Joe Richmond is in the building, ambassador of basketball for the Delaware Blue Coats. Joe, what's up, baby?
Yo, it's your boy, Coach Joe, the ambassador of basketball for your NBA 2022-23 G League champion, Delaware Blue Coats. And it's the Blue Coats Minute. Y'all know what time it is. We're here at Good Morning Wilmington. Shout out to everybody. Listen, we're still in 4th place in the whole league, 2nd place in the East. Come out to Chase Fieldhouse. The games have been crazy. Yes, you know the G League is about a little up and down. Players go up, come down, hang out with the Sixers, where Ivan likes to hang out at. Shh, I ain't gonna say that out loud. But you know what? Rob Edwards, man, thank you for being a part of the team. He got him this a couple weeks ago. We got Quentin Rose. Rose played at Temple, if y'all remember, and Kai Jones. Y'all remember him? He got drafted in 2021, and now he's a part of this great team with all the other great players, Turk Smith, Chris Clark, Jared Brownridge. I go on and on, because Jeff Doughton, Ricky Council, those guys are hanging out there with the Sixers, and our Sixers are coming along. Great time. But you know what it is about? It's always about Delaware and your Blue Coats. And guess what? We got games coming up. Next home game, Sunday, March 24th. Remember, it's a 2 o'clock game. It's a Sunday game. And right after the game, we're going to have barbershop night. So the barber's going to be from around the area playing 3-on-3. Go register right now. Go to bluecoats.team. Get on that barbershop 3-on-3 tournament right at the Chase Fieldhouse, right after the Blue Coats game. We're going to be going up against Long Island Nets. They ain't got nothing for us. And they're coming right back Wednesday, one of our best games ever, Education Day. We do 2 a season. That's an 11 o'clock game, everybody. Wednesday the 27th. All of Delaware, come on out. The kids are going to be everywhere. Hot dogs and peanut butter sandwiches going to be everywhere. All at the Chase Fieldhouse. But the game will go on against the Go-Go. The Go-Go from D.C. And they're going to get out of there so we can get ready for Saturday, March 30th. That's a 6 p.m. game. That's going to close us out for the whole rest of the season. Just at home as we get ready for the playoffs and that championship push. Hey, it's always good to be around Delaware. You heard Ivan and Vincenza said it was a great weekend. A lot of great things happened around the state of Delaware. And also your Delaware Blue Coats will be out there still doing our books and basketball. I heard we got a lot of great authors in the building today. Well, guess what? They can come out and hang out with us too at the schools. We're at the elementary schools, the community centers. You know, you can always find Coach Joe and the #1 mascot in the whole G League, Cody. Shout out to my boy Iman, Liam. We're going to be doing career day at McCullough. We're doing a career day at George Reed Middle School. Man, we're all around the state. We're all in the community. We're always in the neighborhood. And most importantly, we're always here at Good Morning Wilmington for the Blue Coats Minute with your boy, Coach Joe, the ambassador of basketball for your NBA 2022-23 G League champion, Delaware Blue Coats. Hey, I'll see you next Monday.
And you know the crazy thing about that is he said that all in one breath.
I know.
He didn't breathe. He didn't breathe.
Coach Joe, what's your secret? How do you do that?
I don't know. I think it's
Look, I think it's all heart, right?
It's all in the diaphragm.
Passion.
It's all in the diaphragm.
It is all the diaphragm.
And the fun fact about Joe, right, is Joe, if you didn't know, Joe used to be a referee for the Harlem Globetrotters. Show him the spin move, Joe.
That's why I'm always spinning my basketball. That's why I always keep it with me. I'm always spinning my basketball, and I love it. And it was the best time of my life. I like to say I've always been to all 50 states twice in over 50 countries. So I saw the Great Wall of China, was left of the Berlin Wall. You name it, I've been there, I've seen it. But it all started right here. Good Morning Wilmington, DETV, my more big dive. Hey,
man.
I gotta go.
Oh my God, I love it. And again, if you can't go to the game for some strange reason, like a comet comes or, the end of the world,
those are
a
extreme,
flood,
reasons.
You can actually watch the game, the home games here on Channel 28 on DETV, because we're a proud broadcast provider for the Delaware Bluecoats. So
Why don't we try to go?
I'm always there.
Can we make like a guest
Yes.
appearance?
Joe?
Coach Joe, can we, if we figure out our schedules and we both attend, do you think we can try to go? I feel like
we could. I was there all last week. And speaking of there last week, the YMCA, it was Marvel Night. The YMCA was in the building. What is it? AmeriHealthcare House was in the building. Shout out to them. And it was just a beautiful night. And then Sunday or Saturday night, they had the sneaker convention along with the basketball game. So that was super dope. But yeah, we got to go.
I think we should try to go. So there are 4 home games left. If I was
counting.
counting.
4 home games left, Joe.
4 home games left.
3 home games left.
Okay.
Yep.
3. Okay, so we're gonna coordinate. We're gonna figure this out. That's right. We have to figure out a way to make it there before the season ends.
You know what would be awesome, Vincenza?
What?
And Alex, if you're watching, if Vincenza and I can hit the drum before the game. Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be fun.
That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. They probably have everybody set up for the last 3 games, but that would be fun.
That'd be fun. All right, coming your way. Make sure you keep your eyes and ears open. We will be hitting the drum on the Delaware Bluecoats basketball game. Also, I wanted to talk about this weekend, Vincenza. It was 2 events that went on. Sarah Crawford had an event called Her Legacy. She appeared on the show here at DETV, the Congo Hour, and you can see it was all about celebrating women, right? And the women that the legacy that women leave that are doing right now and will leave behind. So shout out to all of them, and you can see all the beautiful women right there that won awards. It was just an outstanding event.
I love Sarah Crawford. She's always doing something impactful in the community.
Yeah.
But I love that she's representing women throughout the entire state, but also spreading the message of it, having your own voice, following your dreams. So she's all about empowering women.
Yeah,
my kind of person.
Your kind of person. And some of the winners include awardees or included was our own Alicia Cooper Wells, who is the host to our show called Own Yours. Ashley Christopher, the founder of HBCU Week. Sherelle Flagg, who does amazing things, and she is a part of Dinner en Blanc. She's one of the creators of Dinner en Blanc here in Wilmington. So shout out, and there was many more, and please blame it on my head, not my heart.
I thought you remembered quite a few.
I'm not Vincenza. You remember everybody's name. Man.
I try. I really do try, but then my brain gets full of everyone's information, and I don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
But I try my best to remember.
No, you're good. And speaking of remember, I don't want to forget. I want to make sure we remember. Sweet Fran Sean had her event at the Christina Cultural Arts Center, and that was she has a radio show, and it's called Soul Opera. We got videos on that or pictures on that. Okay, he's still trying to upload it, but we'll show you at the end of the show. Sweet. Great job.
I have another event we need to speak about. We talked about it last week, and I'm going to probably mention it every week up until Monday, May 6th. Our very own Ivan Thomas is being honored at the Newcastle County Chamber of Commerce at the Chase Center for his efforts through
our efforts
representing DETV, but also just his work in the community. So he will be receiving the Community Service Award. So he will be speaking, which I'm super excited. I will be attending the event. I'm very, very excited, but you should too. So anybody that's a huge fan of DETV, Good Morning Wilmington, Ivan and the crew, you should attend the event. Just visit Newcastle County Chamber of Commerce. They still are selling tickets. The tickets probably will be sold out.
Yeah, they're always sold out.
I do believe the tickets will sell out, but it's on Monday, May 6th. So every week I'll be talking about it because it's a big deal.
And I couldn't do it. And again, I'll be taking that award on behalf of DETV. Everyone here plays a huge part in community. And there's no such thing as I and team. Right. And we just do a great job. We put our heads to it and just do what we do.
That's right.
And I'm happy that I'm the one that was able to be a part of it. So thank you all. And especially you, Vin.
Of course.
Also, what else did I forget? Did I forget anything else? Did I forget? Oh, what is it? Transit Appreciation, Employee Appreciation Day. So shout out to DART and anyone in Uber or anyone that's in transit. We want to say thank you for making it happen. And we have to say thank you to DART, because DART is one of our leading sponsors here to make sure that we put out Good Morning Wilmington. And when we found out, we called DART and said, yo, we want to just give you guys a shout out. And they was like, keep doing what you're doing. And we're glad to partner with you. So shout out to DART and all the people that's in transit, from SEPTA to DART to home care, delivery, and all that great stuff. We appreciate you, and we couldn't have a world without you.
That's right. Yes, honoring you and everyone on National Transit Employee Day.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we made note of that. That's really important to highlight that.
Yeah. But you know what else we got to highlight?
What?
This daggone show. Let's take a commercial break and come back, because I'm super excited to get started with these interviews, because these are people that you need to know. Oh, I like that. That's a segment.
Yeah, write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Get a sponsor for that. All right. All right, we'll be right back after these messages. Good morning, Wilmington.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Come on, man.
Oh, Ivan. Welcome back, everyone. Ivan always likes to test me, but that's all right. I like a good challenge. If you know me, you know.
Yeah, yes.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to Good Morning Wilmington. We're really excited to introduce our first guest, is Chris Burkhard with The Placers. He's also an author, to talk about his book, which we are very intrigued to learn more about, called Opposite the Crowd. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome. You pulled that. I got to give you live on air.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah,
I did? Okay, good.
I got to give that to her.
They always say I work well under pressure.
Yeah, right. You got that.
But Chris, tell us, but before we dive into the book and talking about Placers, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a fourth generation Delaware entrepreneur.
Okay.
My great grandmom had a grocery store downtown. There was Burkhard hardware right around the corner.
Okay.
And I'm lucky to be second generation in the staffing business. Placers has been around over 50 years. We added it up once. We think we've helped over 100,000 Delawareans navigate their job search, get a job, coach them, help them with their resume. It's kind of a neat story and a family legacy.
And your dad started that, correct?
We started business in 1971.
Wow.
Yes.
That's legacy.
That is legacy, and continuing that legacy, too. Well, I guess the famous question we always ask our Delawareans, what high school did you go to?
Right.
Well, I was a St. Mark's boy.
St. Mark's, okay.
Yes, but I was also an Ellesmere guy, so I remember the roller rink well.
Okay.
Everything I know about life, I think I learned at that roller
Yeah,
rink.
you're going to learn it there.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, you know.
Wait, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Did you backward skate?
You know, I fell a lot. I tried.
Okay, all right.
I was just lucky to be up on skates.
Okay, all right.
I was reading your story on the website, and it was really inspiring to just read the story behind the purpose of the organization, how your dad started it over 50 years ago, and how you continued on with his legacy, but also making it your own and making it more modernized.
Yes.
So could you before we go into modernizing Placers, let's talk about what is it first?
Sure. We're a staffing firm. So I think what's interesting about today's world that we don't think about is almost 50% of all jobs are freelance, gig, temporary, outsourced. So we don't go work for one company anymore, start in the mailroom and work for 30 years and stay there. We're going to have lots of different jobs, 7 or 8 different jobs. So I find that Placers is really at that intersection, because I still think that is a lot of work for the average employee, the average worker, to navigate that change. Although we all experienced it coming through the pandemic today, right? There's just different workforce and workplace issues. And if the workforce has those challenges, you can expect that businesses have those challenges. They're trying to figure out how to navigate all that. And what I always think is very interesting is we're really outliving company brands today. So we're going to have careers for 60 years, not 40 years. You know, we're going to take breaks to care for family, and we're going to take little mini retirements for a year, and then we're going to get back at work. So the world of work is very different, and Placers is kind of in the middle of all that.
Interesting.
So, okay, so with Placers, here come you becoming an author. How did that come about?
Well, everybody might have a pandemic project, right? So for me, my father's Alan. He's 79. He's in Florida. I hope he's listening or watching. But we had tried to write a book twice before.
Okay.
And I have a podcast, and I invited him as the first guest. And this book, Opposite the Crowd, is a product of 13 interviews. And then we worked with editors to turn it into this. So it's on Audible, or you can listen to it, or you can read it. We're about halfway through the book, and my dad is colorful, but for TV, he said, "You son of a gun, you fooled me into the book." And why it really works is because it's our voice, it's his voice.
Right.
But what it really is he is my mentor, he is an important part of it, but it's my love story to him, if you will, and that it was a way to capture his business and life philosophies that became mine.
Right.
We worked together for all those years, and I felt like it was important to capture it for posterity. And we wrote the book. The only way we could agree on its purpose of like who the customer was is this is for his, maybe his grandkid he won't meet. Right. So it's on a shelf, legacy kind of. We don't care if we ever sell one. That's not a way to sell books, right? But the idea was to do it so that maybe a great grandkid could pick this up and get to know their family.
Right, I love it.
I really appreciate that you, like you said earlier about capturing his voice, but both of your voices, before we started filming, I had a chance just to kind of skim through the book really quick, and the way it is structured. Yes. And it is, you see that when Alan is speaking and when Chris is speaking, they identify those parts throughout the book. And I like that. That's different style of reading, different style of learning, but you are capturing his voice.
Yeah.
And his legacy.
And what we felt is the overall key message is if you think of just being opposite the crowd, when we stand with the crowd and you make a mistake, nobody will notice, right? That's okay, it's safe. But sometimes you got to figure out who you are, and sometimes you have to be okay standing alone. Because if you're doing okay, it looks okay when you're standing alone, but you have to be okay with the failure when you're standing alone.
Right.
But most people don't really know themselves. They live 2 lives. Monday through Friday, they go to a job. On the weekend, they think about the life they want, but by Sunday night, they're back at it again, right? They've got to start all over again. So this is about maybe helping people spend time on themselves to have the life they say they want.
Wow. Is this your first book?
It is my first book. Yeah.
How's it feel?
I'll tell you what, it is an absolute labor of love. I don't think I realized how many hours it would take.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that does not make it unique. Every book is like that.
Right.
But it takes, anything worth doing takes twice as long. Well, I think books take a little bit more than twice as long.
Right. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. May I?
Absolutely, yes.
So opposite,
these are for you.
Opposite
thank
the
you.
Crowd. Tell us the purpose of the title and why did you select the title?
Sure. Well, the main thing is it's really easy to blend in, right? But the other key thing is once you get to know yourself, you can come up with your own core values, your own way of thinking, and that they may require you to go kind of against the grain. So opposite the crowd is, once you know yourself, to stand alone where you should uniquely stand.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm in.
Yeah, he said, I just turned the page and this is the first thing I'm reading. To be who you want to be, you must know who you are. Very strong message to start the book.
I think so.
I'm hooked already.
Yeah.
Now, not just this book, let's talk about Placers. I just want to go back to that again because it's a over 50 years established. It's an incredible resource that I'm sure many of our viewers and listeners could take advantage of. So just share with us a little bit more about how someone who's new to it, how can they utilize this as a resource for them to benefit them?
So I have this philosophy that everybody needs an agent, not just sports stars, not just, rock stars and actors and actresses. So philosophically, Placers exist so that when people are navigating their job search in any aspect of it, we've just had this, what I call our act of kindness, that will just help you, okay?
Right.
I also think people need brokerage services. Everybody needs a broker. Sometimes I may be a really good bricklayer or really good at what I do, but I'm maybe not great at my job search, at knowing what I should put on my resume or knowing how to interview. So providing those resources and services and guidance is really a big part of that. And we kind of want to democratize that and make sure everybody has that opportunity to do that. Now we've been around a long time, so we have a lot of relationships. We can open doors for folks, and that's a really critical part of things.
I love it.
Excellent.
I love it.
I'm already just thinking of so many people that could take advantage of this resource, this website, this information because I know so many individuals, even just in my life, that want to pursue another career or want to change jobs or want to grow and they don't know where to go other than the internet, which is fine, but they need a little bit extra support. And I think that's what Placers can do for them.
Well, I think, everybody gets serious about their career when they sense something's changing at work, right? They start networking, they start updating their resume.
Right.
When really the purpose of kind of Placers and everything I stand for in the book is about how people should be spending a half hour on themselves every week, no matter what. And it's hard because there's so many other competing time commitments, but it's sort of the same thing. If you wait to update your resume until you might need to change, it's hard. It's hard to do that.
I said this earlier, and I want to touch on this now because I wanted to make sure our viewers and listeners were understanding what was Placers and obviously mentioning the book, which is very important. You modernized the company. Tell us how you took your father's legacy and modernized it to current day so it's relevant.
Well, that's an interesting one, right? Because he said I could use the name, I just couldn't mess it up, and that wasn't the word he used. There was a stronger word.
I like your dad already.
He'd be a much better guest than me. He's extraordinary in that regard.
You called him colorful earlier.
Yeah. So, we were on Pennsylvania Avenue for 25 or 30 years. So he enabled me to use a bright orange color. The core philosophies and the values are the same. What changes is what shareholders and stakeholders need. So our services had to evolve just as the marketplace evolved. So technology is different today. The resources people need today are different. So believe it or not, there's a lot that's the same. It's just products and services that have changed just based on the needs of customers. I think leadership has changed. He ruled differently, and I use the term ruled differently. Today, I find that I have to be much more of a servant leader with things. So I think there's just an evolution that comes with a change at times.
And the fact that you were able to embrace that and accept that there's change, and I think that makes you a great leader. I really do. And just even getting to know you for the first 10 minutes of this conversation, I can tell that you are a great leader because you were willing to take a company that is established and adapt it to today. And that, to me, is a great leader because you're flexible. You're able to bend a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's again, inspiring.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about it is it's actually its second revision. I helped him originally sell that business, and then I asked him if I could use it again many years later. So in some ways, it's the same brand started up twice. So there's two founders, actually.
Right.
And that'll give you a dose of humble pie if you've ever started anything when you're doing everything.
Right.
And I hope we all, I always remember that.
Well, I freaking love it, and congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I'm definitely going to check this out, and I'm definitely going to reach back out to you and give you. We're going to start a book club, like.
That's a great idea.
Oh, it is a great idea.
I
and
love
let you know how this is, because I can't wait to dig down into it.
So if I might, there's a lot there. Just look at the chapter titles and pick one. It's designed for the chapter standalone.
Okay.
And I would recommend the Culture of One, because it's got a nice exercise and help. A lot of times we get distracted by the next shiny object that comes our way. We all do, right?
That's humans.
It absolutely is. But spending it just helps you maybe reflect on yourself and do some thinking about if you're working on you the way you want to be working on you.
Perfect. Okay. Love it. Thank you so much, Alan. And give the website, Chris.
I know.
You can call me Alan.
Yeah,
your dad will be very happy about that.
I may call you.
Where can people find more information about Placers?
So myplacers.com, and if anybody's interested, you can reach me at chris@myplacers.com. I'll respond myself.
All right. And your podcast, where's your podcast on, and the name of it?
It's Outside Insights, and it's available on all your major podcast distribution spots.
Love it. Love it. Thanks again for coming. Really appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you.
50 years, Vincenza.
I am very excited to read this book. I really am. I know we talked about it earlier. I'm all about enhancing our skills and learning and growing, and that the best way, and you know me, when it comes to promoting literacy, you should never stop reading. Always continue to read at any age, and the more you read, the more you will grow, and the more places you will go.
Oh, you see how you did that?
That was Dr. Seuss.
Did
you pick up on that?
I sure did.
I'm sitting here like, yo, you are a poet and don't even know it.
You were too. That's pretty good too.
Oh, he knows it.
Right.
He knows it.
And again, you set it up for the perfect guest. The next perfect guest coming up is communities and schools. I can't wait to talk to the lovely, the dynamic duo coming up next here on Good Morning Wilmington.
The Delaware Mortgage Relief Program is still accepting applications. Funding is limited. Apply today. This grant program provides up to $50,000 to qualified Delaware families for eligible housing-related expenses, such as future or delinquent mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners association fees, or water or sewage fees. Over $20 million has already been dispersed statewide. The Delaware Mortgage Relief Program. Visit online or call 888-303-4324 for more information.
I'm asking for 45 more years.
I'm asking for my baby girl.
I'm asking to see it up and running again.
I'm asking for all of us.
1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Ask about a prostate screening that can detect cancer when it's most treatable, so you can ask for so much more. Visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211 to learn more.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future. But Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances, and now I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
You know the why for state-of-the-art fitness centers and amazing pools.
But we're so much more.
The why is where Delawareans improve their health.
Where our communities get stronger.
Where everyone belongs.
It's where we battle chronic disease.
Where cancer survivors restore their mind and body.
And weight loss goals become lifelong habits.
We are the why.
Good for you and good for the community.
Good morning, Wilmington. I say good morning, Wilmington.
Woo! Doctor. Do you remember that skit? It was doctor, and then they said doctor. You don't remember that skit? Okay.
Do I need to Google a skit?
You need to skit. Well, at least I can say it here. Doctor. Right here, I'm super excited, is communities in schools. Many children face the challenges both inside and outside of the classroom, but we have two capeless superheroes that are here to talk more and to inform us on what's going on with the mission of children in schools. We have Dr. Lampkins and Dr. Enid. Wallace-Haley. Thank you so much for coming to Good Morning Wilmington.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And I got, again, 12 years ago, he took a shot on me. One of my first jobs in videography. It was the Q Dogs were having a golf tournament. Did you ever get that video I sent you? Did you get it?
Swinging for scholarships.
Swinging for scholarships. You both have been in education for a long time. Been superheroes for education. My question, what I would love to start off, is why?
Well, as this is year number 42, 44 actually in education, currently in nonprofit education, but I had 36 years in regular public education and retired as the Deputy Superintendent of Colonial School District. I myself was always interested in school, was really active in school, and never planned to be in education, but you know, I'm not the one with the master plan, and so I got that, so I have enjoyed every minute of it and continue to do it.
Right.
Because I think it's important that we support our young people, because there's so many out there without the appropriate and necessary support to be successful.
And I was in education full-time when I graduated from Delaware State University, Delaware State College at the time. And I was one of those teachers who participated in busing. I was teaching at Wilmington High School and got bused to Mount Pleasant High School.
Oh, wow.
The teachers got bused too.
Right. Did they?
Oh, wow. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, we did. Yes, we
wow.
did. Yeah, the teachers got bused as well. And I was a distributive education teacher, so I taught marketing, distribution, salesmanship.
Okay.
But I had one black student all day.
Did you?
Which was different.
Wow.
You know, coming from Wilmington High, where it was majority.
What year was this? This was like 1976, around about that time.
Yeah.
So it was the school system was totally different than what we actually know as of now,
the
right?
schools have changed and transformed throughout the years and decades. I mean, just by mentioning what she said about this, the teachers were being bused to school.
Right.
So much has evolved and changed throughout education, especially in the state of Delaware. And both of you, I'm assuming, are from the state of Delaware?
I am from the state of Delaware.
And I am from Washington, D.C.
But you've been in Delaware for a long time now.
Next month will be 24 years.
So he's a Delaware.
Yeah,
You're Delaware.
You know what? Unless you're born and bred here, you know.
Yeah. But again,
they still say that you're not.
Yeah. So 1976, education system is totally different. You two basically grew up in it and realized that, hey, there needs to be some changes. So the changes that you're making now is community in schools, right? So with communities in schools, and when I look through, through this is your 21-22 annual report, it's everything that we need, and I want to talk about your mission real quick. Can you share your mission?
Sure. Our mission is to surround our students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life.
Right.
And that simply means that we have an integrated student support system whereby, I guess the best way to put it is to use the cliche, it takes a village.
Okay.
Yes, we say that often here, don't we?
Integrated student support. So that's exactly what that means. That just means that everyone is working together to support the young people who are most vulnerable for not completing high school.
How's it going?
It is going extremely well. Unfortunately, we are only in 23 schools throughout the state of Delaware.
Beats one.
But absolutely, as we started with one in 1992. So we're in our 32nd year in the state of Delaware.
What do you need to be, and I'm sorry for the rapid fire.
But that's right.
What do you need to be in more schools? Are you looking to be in more schools, and why?
Resources and employees. resources. Dollars is, we're not part of the state of Delaware system, put it
Why
that
not?
way. We are independent.
Okay.
501c3.
Okay.
So therefore, we don't get funds from the Department of Ed.
Well, you would think they would want to jump on something like this. Department of Education. Okay, my fault.
We're smiling.
I had to put that in there. Okay, you smile. I'll handle it. But you would think that they would want to partake in such this program and other programs that are doing amazing
Absolutely,
things.
but we do get a lot of corporate support. So that's how I became involved.
Okay.
The vice president at the time, when I went to Delmarva, I came out of education.
Right.
Went to the city of Wilmington.
Right.
And then went to Delmarva Power in 1980. And I just retired after 41 years of service with Delmarva Power. So I was an educator and always have been. I taught at Del Tech at night for 8 years.
Right. Wow.
And I said I needed to keep my hand in the education system. And that's how I joined the Board of Community and Schools. At the end of this year, it'll be...
starting this year.
Oh,
At
excuse
the
me.
end of this year, she will have completed 20 years
We-
as
So-
a member of Communities and Schools of Delaware.
Well, again, thank you. My mother's an educator, Bernice Thomas, and
she sure is.
You know my mom?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody know Bernice.
We love
Bernice, baby
Bernice.
boy over here.
We love Bernice.
And I'm just going through your annual report. Number of students served, 10,180.
Throughout the state.
Throughout the state.
Yes.
Case managed students, 1,062. 99% of the students that you service stayed in school.
That's right.
Dang, 99%.
That's right.
Okay.
Outstanding numbers. And
that's
and our program is actually help me, Carlton, I lost my train of thought. Research based. Our students
we are an
evidence-based
evidence-based
program.
national program
Okay.
with more than 150 affiliates, and we service over 1.5 million students throughout
the
the
United
country.
States.
Wow. Okay.
Well, that 99%
huge.
statistic that stayed in school that's enough to say if what you're doing is working.
Yeah.
And it's because we implement our model with fidelity. And that's the important piece. And we establish what our founder calls one-on-one relationships with young people, which those kinds of relationships don't happen without some effort geared in that direction. And he contends that, and I would agree, he contends that it's relationships, not programs.
I believe that.
Relationship is everything.
That build
believe that.
everything with young people.
And when you're talking about relationships, can we stay there for a minute? What does that relationship look like?
It looks like all of our schools have a lead person that we call a site coordinator.
Okay.
And the site coordinator is responsible for getting kids identified, and you can be referred by parents, self-identification, administrators, teachers, agencies, etc. We do a needs assessment on the young people, looking at their grades, their behavior, their attendance, their social emotional learning, and we develop a support plan. Each kid has a support plan, and we have 1 or 2 goals, because more than that, you really can't address it. We believe in establishing 1 or 2 goals, and every marking period, we do what we call progress monitoring to see if the kid has met those goals using the strategies that were identified in the plan.
And we don't just do high school. Actually, we are all in Woodbridge.
Pre-K.
We are pre-K
Okay.
through high school.
Wow.
And
Just
then
going
when our
past that.
students graduate, if they need further supports, they are calling their site coordinators when they're in college.
Wow. See,
So
that-
we follow
that's
them
incredible.
from
That's
the
the-
beginning to the end.
Okay.
That's the relationship
Right.
piece.
That's the relationship
piece. And you'd be surprised. We've helped thousands of kids over the years here in Delaware because of those relationships.
And also I want to touch on other things that you're you're involved with too, like the Ebony Tie Affair.
Yes.
I want to talk about that. We'll get to that before I just want to make sure I didn't forget, because I see how it all ties together, right? And I'm just fascinated. I'm sitting here like a kid in the candy store, just like, wow, this is really making an impact on kids that need the resources.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And we're in the early college high school at Delaware State University too. So those students, even though they're in a special program, and when they graduate, one of the things I wanted to get across is that it's very important for people to look at all of the schools in the state of Delaware. The early college high school actually serves the Kent, Sussex, and Newcastle County schools. So they provide transportation to bring those students to Delaware State University. In their first 2 years, they do all of their classes. They have the John R. Price building now, and they do all their classes in that building. When they get to their junior year of high school, some of their classes are on campus, and then their senior year of high school, they're taking all of their classes with the college students. And what happens is that when they graduate, we had one student who was a valedictorian of her class. She went to Stanford University, came in as a sophomore because of her experience with Delaware State University Early College High School, and graduated in 2 years.
What is early childhood high school? Because
early college high school
Some
is
people
a
might
high
not know.
school. It's like a charter school, basically, same philosophy, and comes under the charter school. But it's located at Delaware State University on the campus, and they have intense classes.
Wow.
It's exactly what it says. Early
college
preparation
Right.
for college.
Right here in Delaware,
Yes,
at Del State.
and any students eligible.
Number one HBCU in the planet.
Yes,
My fault. I had to get that in there.
then you also have to remember that with Delaware State, if you don't participate in the early college high school program, you can go to Delaware State University with a 2.75 accumulative average, actually tuition and fees paid. If you stay on campus, people get a misconception that everything is paid. If you want to be on campus, you have to apply for other monies, or you have to apply, get the funds to stay on campus. But to go to school, the state of Delaware has special funding for you to go to Delaware State
Do me a
University.
favor. Say it again, right there to that camera.
To go to Delaware State University with a 2.75 accumulative average for no cost for your tuition and fees. If you stay on campus, then you have to get supplemental dollars for that. Delaware State's not the only school that does that. University of Delaware and Del Tech, it's an Inspired Scholarship for Delaware State. University of Delaware and Del Tech have the Seed Scholarship. So you can go to Del Tech for 2 years, and then after you get your associates, you can transfer to the University of Delaware and get a 4-year degree. So the state of Delaware is providing, even though people have a misconception that we don't provide quality education, we really do.
We really do.
From cradle
to cradle.
to-
Right.
that's
You're
right.
going to say the
No, I wasn't going to say great.
Right. I credit my who I am because of Del State. Even though I didn't finish when I had the chance to. My father had a stroke. I had to leave. But what I learned there is invaluable, and it made me.
And we're going to bring you back.
Yeah, I need that.
On the
I need
near
that.
completers program, which we have.
Talk about that.
If you have several hours, if you have a number of hours, and I can't remember the exact number that you have to have, so we have to get somebody from Delaware State to come on your show.
Okay.
But if you have so many hours of education accumulated at Delaware State University, you can come back on a near completers scholarship and get your degree.
Is that runs that? Is that Dr. Gilliam? Because she was on. She was on with you and Meshach.
She is doing the graduate school now. She's moved.
Okay.
It's another professor, but the program is available for those persons who have not completed their college degree.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm very excited that we're here to spread this message and this information to all viewers and listeners, because education is key.
Yes, it is.
And sometimes you just need a little support. Sometimes you need a little encouragement. I know that I did throughout my not just college career, but my school career. I needed that additional support and that one-on-one interaction, and that's where I sought out tutors. And I worked through another program that was available at that time, and it was extremely helpful. So even though I was not I didn't know about this particular program.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the experience of having that one-on-one interaction
Mm-hmm.
with someone that was guiding me, encouraging me to continue with going to classes, continuing to help me gain that confidence
Mm-hmm.
in the classroom. I mean, some of these students, the hardest thing for them is to show up and walk through the doors sometimes.
Yes, it is.
And it's truly a challenge for them.
And with community and schools, we just don't do, we have wraparound services that incorporate my job,
Right.
Delmarva Power. If the family is in need of social service help,
Right.
Health and Human Services resources are provided.
Wow.
If they're in danger of their energy being shut off, or if they need food, that site coordinator brings all those resources together to assist the family.
That's why it's called communities, bringing
In schools.
resources from the community.
No boundaries.
Into
No
the
boundaries.
schools.
Wow.
How does one sign up
Mm-hmm.
to this program? Is it a sign up? Is it, a kid in high school?
Like I said,
mom?
we only have it in 23 schools.
Okay.
But they can always give me a call.
Okay.
And we can hopefully connect them to a site, if we can, that has communities and schools program. And we're looking at expansion.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
But of course,
With a track record like the ones that I'm seeing here on
Those
page
statistics
3.
right there.
Yeah, this is
That's
insane.
They're very prominent statistics. I have another question. Are the schools that you're involved in and partnered with, are they public schools only, or all different schools?
No.
they are public schools
Okay.
themselves.
Okay.
And so it's not like they're partnered with anyone.
Okay.
They have their own program in each school, because each school is different,
Right.
different grade levels,
Right, right.
different staff. Each school has their school success plan
Yeah.
that is a part of this process as well. So it just depends on the school and
And early college, high school is a charter school.
Right, right.
Sometimes you just have guests on your show that all you can do is just shake your head, right? Just shake your head and be like, "Damn," like this is great. And I'm going through your annual report, and it says hashtag all in for kids, right? And the mission is we surround students with community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. That is powerful.
Yes, it is.
Because I teach a media class here on Saturdays to the high school, and the young woman, the young student said, I said, we're going to create our own show. What do you want to create? And she said, I want a show that talks about life in the real world, after high school, after college. And I was just blown away.
Yeah.
And just that right there, to achieve in life, right? It's so much, because that's what these kids want to do. They want to achieve, but they don't know how.
And that's why we start from pre-kindergarten
okay, all the way up.
to college.
And this next week, the 27th of March, we are having a networking reception at William Penn High School.
What time?
There
you camera. Go ahead. Go ahead.
On March the 27th from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We're having a networking reception at William Penn High School, 713 East Basin Road, Newcastle, Delaware.
And our special guest.
And our special guest will be our founder, Bill Milliken, as well as the national president CEO, Ray Saldana. So just call 302-545-8044 if you're interested in attending, 302-545-8044. Looking forward to that call.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you for being the voice
Yeah.
for education and giving hope to so many that may feel that they have been defeated and trying to learn and grow in school, because you should never stop learning, but you're giving that hope to so many young individuals and even their parents that feel that additional support. And I know that even though you both have been in education for so many years, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because you are I feel greatness right here.
I'm trying to tell you.
Right? We say it all the time. Educators are everything to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are the ones that build the future and continue to teach and guide our future leaders. So thank you.
I'm going to ask you a question, right? And that was beautiful, Vincenza. I want to ask you a question because I received this from my mother, right, on why she got an education. She said she got an education because she was born in West Virginia and up in the mountains, and the teachers and the students used to make fun of her brother because she stuttered. And she said, because he stuttered. And my mother said at that point, she was like, God, if you ever give me the power to teach, I would make sure that I teach every kid that doesn't have resources. What was your story?
I never intended to be in education. Let me just say that. Because while I was on a roll in honor society, I tell the young people all the time, in DC we have academic and citizenship grades. I never got above a D in citizenship until I got to high school. So I really was not planning to deal with children like me, acting crazy. However, I went to college, I had an elective, or I needed an elective, and I took an education course. Don't ask me why. I know why, because it fit the time period that I needed to.
A filler.
Yeah. Okay. Loved the professor, the energy. It was an education class. And the rest was history.
Yeah.
I decided that this was what I was going to do.
Nice.
That professor changed your life.
You said you lived with a teacher?
I lived with a teacher. My aunt was a teacher. I want you to know we have 9 generations of women in my family that graduated from Delaware State University.
Wow. Yeah.
Starting back in 1920.
Right.
And the most recent one graduated, I think she graduated 5 years ago, and we have 3 that are there right now. So education in our house, no question.
No question.
It wasn't whether you were going to college, it was what college you were going to.
And what fraternity sorority you pledged?
I did not pledge because I was a sweetheart and all my friends went online before me. So I'm a me, fi me.
Okay. And you?
And I am a member of the illustrious fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
All right.
Purple and gold now is significant in the world, in the word. Purple and gold now.
There you go. You ready?
I didn't pledge, but I was a national officer, and I'm currently still a member for 20-some years of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women that advocate for African American women and their children.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I do that.
I got some. Where the capes at?
I
know. Like, oh my God! And that's what it's about. Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, for more information, website that they can go to, social media. What's the website?
The website is www.cisdelaware.org.
Yep.
www.cisdelaware.org.
Communities and Schools of Delaware, 101 West Lockerman Street, Suite 2A in Dover, Delaware. For more information, make sure you go check it out. Thank you again so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
For having us.
Anytime you got something that the world needs to know, you got a home.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. You want to cause a riff, some waves in education? Come on, let's do that. We're gonna cause some waves.
Yeah, we can do that.
We're gonna make Department of Education. We're gonna need you to look them up. CIS. That's right. I can do that.
Well, we have to take a quick commercial break because we have more capeless superheroes on the show today. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Love it.
How did DETV start and how did you get here?
DETV started approximately 10 years ago in the basement of my home. I had an idea to show people of color doing great things, but what happened was I got to the point that I said, I'm gonna just show people all together doing great things. The motto and the moral was to bring people together instead of using media to rip people apart. And doing that, you know, I just did a lot of hard work, a lot of free stuff, a lot of things of just showing people being themselves. I figured that media, and I saw that media wasn't doing that, so I just decided to give it a shot, not knowing that it would bring me to where I am today. I had a great journey doing it, met some amazing people, did some amazing things, worked on some amazing projects, you know, and with just a lot of hard work and a bunch of sacrifice, I'm here today. I done worked on everyone's campaign in the state of Delaware. And now, you know, I'm just doing what I do and doing it with friends. My biggest accomplishment right now would have to be this, hands down, without a doubt. We want to make sure that we inform the community wholeheartedly. So again, they can have all the information that they need. For more information, you can find us at detvch.com. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook under DETV. Be sure to check us out. Tell me what you think.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Cooper Wells and I am an independent broker owner. We provide all of your financial needs from mortgages to insurance. We felt like the industry was missing diversity and inclusion, so what better way to fix it than to do it ourselves?
Hi, my name is Diamond Wells and I am WIG, Wells Insurance Group. We offer access to over 20 different carriers.
Today we wanted to provide you with 3 tips on how you can save on both your mortgage and insurance needs. Tip 1, good credit. We definitely know that there can be inaccurate information out there about you, so we suggest you visit annualcreditreport.com, which is completely free, to make sure that the information is correct and accurate.
Tip 2, make sure you take advantage of low mileage discounts, being as though people are working from home. Tip 3, make sure you work with a broker like myself who is able to shop you around. You can reach me at 302-504-6191.
Awesome. And you can reach me for your insurance and mortgage needs as well at 302-494-7712. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Back, everyone, to Good Morning Wilmington. We have our last group of guests. Save the best for last. Well, they're all the best.
They're all the best.
Everyone's the best, but save the best for last. We just keep getting better and better as the show keeps going on. But this next group of guests has some really empowering and strong message to share with all of you. We have Bridget DiMaio, Bridget Callahan.
Bridget 1.
Yeah, Bridget 1, Bridget 2, and Everett Lacy here to talk about Shine a Light on Stroke. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, well, we're very excited that you are here.
Yeah.
So before we dive into Shine a Light on Stroke, I want to give all of our viewers and listeners a chance just to find out a little bit more about you. So we'll start with Bridget 1, Bridget DiMaio. Bridget, would you just share a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, so I am a local speech pathologist, so I work really closely with patients that have had strokes in their recovery. So I actually met Everett a little over a year ago. He became my patient, and we just formed such a great bond. And so we kind of been working together, have been figuring out how we can provide more support and resources, which is kind of how we came to this event.
Excellent, excellent. Everett, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So everything. Everything.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
So, I had a
stroke.
Yeah, I had 2, and I had a time where I was home by myself. And my sister was calling me, and I could not talk to her, and she did not know what was going on with me. So I had this for a whole year. No.
Week. Whole night.
Yeah, the whole night. When I finally, before everything that happened to me. I had my naser. That's who found me. So.
Are you from Delaware?
Mm-hmm.
From Delaware.
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Yep.
Where did you go to high school?
Yeah,
I know, the favorite question.
I went to, I can't get it.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine.
That's all right. But you're Delawarean.
Delawarean,
Proud
right,
Delawarean. And I'm just going to switch over to Bridget, too. Bridget
Yes.
Callahan. Bridget, tell us a little bit about yourself briefly.
Yeah, so I'm a local occupational therapist.
Okay.
So I also worked with Everett. We met about a year ago. And my purpose was to help him with his right arm. So weakness, coordination, and his thinking. So this is actually his idea. He brought about all this.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons we're here today, to talk about stroke awareness, right? And a 5K that you're having. What should be some of the symptoms, some of the things that people should be looking for with before they have, for stroke?
Yeah, so the acronym BFAST is a really common one that we use to teach about looking for changes in slurred speech, drooping of the face, really bad headaches, weakness walking, you might be leaning to one side, vision changes. And actually, if you go on our RACE website, we actually compiled a video of all of our stroke patients that talk about what their specific symptoms were, just because every patient can present a little differently.
Right.
And a lot of times, women can also present differently than men. And stroke is about 60% more common across women compared to men. So we really just want to provide education on symptoms to look for, because the quicker you can get to the hospital, the quicker the treatment you can get to potentially reverse those signs that you're experiencing.
Now, what causes a stroke?
So lots of different factors can contribute. Blood pressure, really high blood pressure, so hypertension, uncontrolled diabetes, cholesterol, lots of different things. A combination of those is often what we see. Smoking is a big one as well. And African Americans are actually at about 50% increased risk compared to Caucasians.
Wow.
Which, it's very high.
Okay.
Which I don't think a lot of people realize.
So how can and you're right, we definitely need to make sure people are aware of what this is, what causes it. What can we do to reverse the high blood pressure, the hypertension?
Yeah, so a lot of things we see in our patients too is a big distrust in the medical system and not wanting to follow up with doctor's appointments. So that's a big point to start, getting yearly checkups, making sure that all of those symptoms are under control and taking their medications and understanding what each medication controls. A lot of times patients don't have the money to put towards their medications, and they think, I'm feeling fine, I don't really need them, but understanding the gravity of what that can prevent.
Yeah, I got you.
No, and it's something that we have to continue to talk about. We have to continue this conversation. And Everett, I said this to you off camera, and I'm going to say it again. Thank you for having the courage to be here today, to tell your story, because it's important for those that may be scared or not sure, uneducated, don't understand, that there is life after. You may have been through this traumatizing experience, because it is traumatizing, and it does change your world forever. But there is hope. And you just being here in front of this camera under these lights, you're giving. And
that
with
fly
that
shirt, with that fly shirt on.
right. We had to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, because we appreciate good fashion. To share your story, and that's very important, because, to have the courage to speak again takes a lot, right?
Yes. I didn't at first, I couldn't talk at all.
He's come a long way.
Yes. So brave.
And I got this, my father also had the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, also.
So it's hereditary? Ladies,
It can be. There can be.
Okay. So it's something that runs in your family.
Yeah.
Did you realize that you were going through some health issues prior to your stroke?
No, believe it or not, right before everything happened, I had stopped
smoking.
Yeah, but no problem. And all of a sudden, like I said, everything just
happened.
Yeah,
That's the scariest thing is it just comes out of nowhere.
Right.
You know?
It is scary. I know a few people that have survived strokes and not survived strokes, and it is very traumatizing and it's very scary. And I remember when I first started to learn about what is a stroke, this was obviously many years ago, I almost thought there was no hope.
Right.
Like, oh, once you have a stroke, that's the end.
Right.
It's over. Life is over, pretty much, whether you survive it or not. But there is hope.
There is.
There is hope. There's definitely a way of living and being very successful and thriving in life. But let's talk about the event, Shine a Light Stroke event. So it's a 5K walk.
Correct.
Bridget or Bridget, share us a little, share with us a little bit more about the event.
Yeah, so it's May 11th at Glasgow Park in Newark, Delaware.
Okay.
We're going to have a lot of local businesses come out that can provide a support to the stroke community or just those in general who really love running. I grew up running. It's really special to my heart, so bringing both worlds together is really special. You can sign up on fusionracing.com. And one of the things that we're really trying to do is just spread awareness, educate patients, and also try to get donations that are going to go help towards covering the cost of stroke recovery, because a lot of times insurance don't cover the cost, the entire cost. There's a lot of out-of-pocket expenses.
Right. Just a small portion.
Very small.
And now that people are having strokes at a younger age, their loved ones still have to work. It's really hard to get to and from appointments. It's really hard for them to have access to all the therapies that they need or any medical equipment that they need. Everett has a speaking device that helps them to communicate, especially early on in the recovery. Those aren't covered necessarily 100% by insurance, and that can be thousands of dollars. Patients that have difficulty swallowing and need thickener in their drinks, that's not covered by insurance. And depending on how long of a recovery it is, that can really add up. So we're really looking to support this community, and we would really love for anyone that knows someone who has a stroke, has experienced a stroke, to come out and celebrate you guys.
Celebrate. I like that.
Celebrate. I like, yes.
Yeah, that was Everett's biggest thing is he wants just to build a bigger, better community for stroke survivors, for their caregivers, for them to be able to interact and see how their story has interacted. So,
I think that's impactful. And again, going back to inspiration, but I love how you said building a community.
Yes.
Because there's nothing like when you speak to someone that you can relate to and say, oh, wait, I'm not the only one that's going through this. There are many others that are going through those hurdles and those struggles silently.
It's so many, it's so many people that I see that I know myself, that I mean, it's a whole lot of people.
So this event is definitely going to be a very, very strong event to attend and celebrate the community, more importantly, but bringing everyone together so they can connect and network. I know Fusion Racing. I know Fusion Racing. Have you ever met Nick DeCare? He's the founder of Fusion Racing.
No.
Phenomenal individual.
You got to bring him in.
Yes, phenomenal individual.
So
he partners with
a big help.
He partners with many nonprofits throughout the state and the tri-state area. He helps orchestrate the 5Ks and the runs and whatnot. So he's a great guy. But you hired the right guy.
Yeah, thank you.
You hired the right guy. Again, I've known Nick for a long time. He used to own a gym in the city of Newark, a fitness and training facility. And how we met, it was through the when I was Miss Delaware USA, he helped sponsor and help me train and prepare for the pageant. But he specialized in nutrition and health, and that was what I really learned and the takeaway from it. So Nick is the perfect person to help with this event.
Love it.
He really knows what he's doing. So how can someone sign up?
I'll tell you what, before you answer that,
Okay.
I want you to answer. That's your camera over there, right? Answer it to that camera, because this is the commercial part. All right.
So you are going to want to go onto fusionracing.com and then search for Shine a Light on Stroke, and that's going to be May 11th at 9 a.m. at Glasgow Park.
I love it.
Wow.
Oh, she's excited. She's going to be there. She's going to be there.
Everett, did you want to say?
So we made.
Oh, the signs, the Be Fast signs.
No, we are.
Ribbons.
No, that's right. So how how much money?
Oh, have we raised?
Yeah.
Already?
So our goal is 20,000, and we're at about just over 14,000 right now.
almost
The
there.
community has been just amazingly supportive, and we're so grateful.
Love it.
Lots of local businesses. We partnered with Move to Include, which has adaptive racing chairs for any of our stroke survivors that want to be a part of the race. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
No, this is such a great event, and we wish you lots of luck.
Thank you so
and
much.
to many more future events.
That's annual.
Yeah. So is this, just to be clear, this is the first one?
First, and I'll
This is
get
the first one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's a
to
learning
many
curve.
more.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Thank
already
you.
going to exceed those goals.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
remember, you're doing this. You're taking those steps to start something that will be incredibly impactful in the community and bringing so many stroke survivors
Yeah.
and warriors together.
Warriors,
Yes, warriors to inspire. And Everett, thank you so much
Thanks for coming,
being
Everett.
here.
Appreciate it,
Really,
man.
Thank you.
And
you're an
ladies,
inspiration.
and
you.
Bridget.
Bridget.
Thank you for what you do as well.
Thank you for having
We
us.
really appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah, keep
you.
us up to date then what else is
Absolutely.
going
Please do.
on.
Okay.
All right, we'd love to help out.
Thank you.
All right.
So much.
All right, there you have it. Do we have the video before we get out of here? I definitely want to pay homage to sweet friend Shauna. I know we were trying to get her video. Do we have our videos up? You got a video? No, we don't got it. He's trying to find it. He's
That's
not
all
finding
right.
it,
We're
but he's
gonna
trying
have
to
it for
upload
the next one.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, we have it for the next one.
The next
Yeah.
show, but another
What'd you
great,
think? What you think?
another great show. I mean, really inspirational.
Yeah.
I mean, no excuses. Delaware is on fire
There's some great
because
people doing
there's
great-
some great people in
Yeah.
this state doing some incredible things, inspiring, educating. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
had an author.
Yeah.
I can't wait to start reading this book. I
Yeah.
really am very excited about Opposite the Crowd. Chris and his father, Alan Burkhard. I mean, very, very excited about
Yeah,
that.
Bridget and Bridget.
And then Bridget and Everett, Lacy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, and then also
Doctor.
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 Communities
Right.
on Schools of Delaware. I mean, you can't get any better than this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love
really
it.
can. Another great show. But again, thank you for tuning in. Please follow us on all social media platforms if you're interested in joining us.
Yep.
Check out the website, DETV.com, if you're interested in being on the show.
CH.com.
Yep, excuse me, DETVCH.com. Thank you, Ivan. And then follow us. Share your stories. We're here to share and inspire and do good in the community.
Yeah. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and donate to them.
Yes, please.
They're they're about $6,000 short. Right?
you. You'll make it.
They need 30,000 more. Okay?
That'd be wonderful.
Shine a light on stroke.
There you go. All right, we'll be back. Well, next week, tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. DETV, Good Morning Wilmington.
Thank you.
Thank you.